am Rhonda from the Unstoppable family, and welcome to our little island here in Bocas del Toro, Panama. Our family has been living here now for the last 3-4 months. In fact, Bocas is kind of like our little home away from home. There's something about Bocas that always just keeps pulling us back.
We consider it our pretty much our home base while we're traveling the world.
Hanalei loves this island. It really fits the whole family.
Even though it's on the Caribbean side of Panama, there's actually waves. So I dig it.
There's so many incredible benefits to traveling that I never even knew about as I grew up. You know, I grew up in Michigan.
I grew up in a farming community, went to Australia, and the first thing I saw was a guy catch a head-high barrel, a hot chicken bikini, and I made a decision right then and there, this is going to be my life.
Hola. When we decided to start traveling 5.5 years ago, it's crazy to even think that we would be where we are right now. You know, it's the power of freedom. Freedom where to live, you know, where to work, you know, where your child should go to school. A lot of times you're stuck with just what's around you. We're so brought up to think that, you know, children are supposed to be put in daycare and away from their family, and that's not how I was brought up. It's wild because 9.5 years ago, I was a corporate executive, and I would never be riding my bike at rush hour time. I would be in traffic, you know, driving at least an hour each way. And now, you know, this is how I get to ride home and pick up my daughter from school, because I just decided that I wanted to raise Hanalei.
She looks at me and she says, I want to have a family, and I do not want to put our kids through daycare. And I remember saying to her, like, I wish you would have told me this before we bought this house.
For our family, it was really tough.
I was a robotics engineer, and I only had 2 weeks of vacation.
We're both, you know, making 6 figures. I was a corporate executive, and I saw a lady one day taking her child to daycare early in the morning and being forced to pick up her daughter at 7 o'clock at night. Here I was, you know, being groomed to work at this, you know, 6-figure, you know, corporate America job, and I just had to do something different. It had to change because I figured, you know, why have children if you cannot be part of their life?
And I was walking through a trade show and just see this guy slumped over his booth, and you could just see that he was drained. You could see it. I looked at him and said, I will never be that guy. Now, I didn't know what I was going to do.
Go to school, get a master's degree, get this incredible job, and now here I was making plans where I was going to be working all day and never see my child. And I had to make a switch, and I remember the moment. I decided to come home from work, shut my door, went inside my office, typed in work at home mom.
And she says, I want you to come see this business with me. That event, I think, cost about $8,000 to $9,000. And I was the guy sitting in the back with the arms like this, going, what is this home-based business thing? And the 3-day event went on. I realized that these people just wanted a different life, whatever it may be, just the freedom. I saw that. And by the time I left, I went, okay, you know, there is a different possibility, because I've never seen it before. At the time, my wife hadn't even made a dime. And I know that she was just working like crazy. And then, you know, it seems like once she let her ego go and followed a mentor, a sale would come in, and then lo and behold, there was a $37,000 month, and I went.
Welcome to our little house here. Come on in. Pretty amazing. It's rush hour traffic here in the Caribbean.
Has a lot of spring, dude. It's not probably the best diving board that like, it's a tire.
Yes, this is my office. I mean, it really is.
Welcome to our little house over the sea here. This is where I get to work every day. It's either here or it's really anywhere this computer goes is really where my hammock, is where my office is. 9.5 years ago, when I started really researching what was the new trending markets, where was the world going? And the world was moving online. See, we don't just run a very small business. We really have replaced our 6-figure incomes because we have found a business model that supports it. So many people are always looking for different ways that they can create a residual income, right? I started in real estate. We started investing heavily in real estate.
We lost everything. We lost everything financially. We had to file bankruptcy.
There's not all guarantees in everything that you do and things that you invest in. I want to be the one responsible. I don't want to rely on, let's say, a market to change or someone else to make the money for me. So when we started looking online, I realized that there's a massive group of people. In fact, Forbes said that in the next 5 years, over 30 million people are going to be starting a home-based business. That's what we've done. We've found a business model that works for us, right, that allows us to create the income that we were making before, but even surpass it. Right now, we are in the information age. People want information. They want to learn how to market themselves. You know, many people think, oh, well, you're alone, right? You're in your computer only.
Every 3 to 4 months, we have a mastermind session that we come back in the States.
It's a community, but we call them a tribe. You know, it might feel like they're next to us in our cubicle, but really, you know, next to us around the world, because we all communicate together and support each other.
No matter how automated you get into, there's nothing can take away that personal connection.
So what we want to do is we want to invite you to take a look at the blueprint that we've used and join our tribe. You know, below you'll see a link that you're going to be able to click. It's going to take you right over to really see exactly what it is that we do. Then you'll be able to get communication with us and we'll start deciding if it makes sense to work together. So make sure you go take a look at our blueprint. And we are so excited to either see you virtually online or at one of our next live events.
You know what? You got to go live that life now. You got to live life today because you actually may never know that your day may be your last. So I encourage you, make sure you click the link below, take the next steps, and who knows, we may be hanging out in some exotic part of the world.
Take care and be unstoppable.